Buillon knots are rather tricky, but with some practice you can manage them. Start by going up through your paper and back down through a hole a good distance away from the hole that you started, basically the length you want to make your stitch. Come back up through the very first hole, but don't pull the needle all the way through. Then wrap your threads, not super tightly, but tightly enough that they won't bunch, around the needle. Periodically check to see how long the wraps are going to be. Basically, hold them up against the line that you've drawn or the length of the stitch that you want to create, and make sure that they're long enough. Flip the paper and pull the excess thread through. You're just going to kind of feed it. Then pull your needle through those wrap stitches as far as you can get it. Pull the thread the rest of the way so that your Buillon knot is flat against the paper, and then hold your knot down against the paper while you pull the excess thread through. Check to make sure you've pulled it all first. Then take your tail and punch it down through that hole at the top. Voila, you've done it. So up through one hole, down through the next hole, leaving some excess thread, up through the first hole again, or the hole at the bottom, or the top, depending on which direction you go. Basically the hole that you started with. Don't pull the needle all the way through. Wrap it as far as you need to wrap it, making sure to keep checking and make sure that it's the correct length. You don't want it any longer than the distance between the first and second hole. Feed your thread through, pull the needle as far as you can, feed the rest of the thread through, flatten your knot against the paper, and pull the excess thread. And do remember to check the back and make sure you've pulled it all through. Then back down through the top hole, and you've got your knot.